Okay, now you guys can see me. I didn't want you to see me like that. Oh well. So anyway, oh wait a minute. Hold on. We were gonna do the camera. We're gonna do the dog stream because some folks say that I never take Gypsy and Kojak with me to work. So, Kojak, are you gonna sit up? No? You're just gonna lay there? So anyway, Kojak has to wear his bark collar. Whoops. Hold on. There's something amiss with my garage door. There we go. Not sure what that was about. So anyway, hey Rocco. Not going to be looking over there a whole lot. Because the purple perpetrator, she doesn't think that I should be live streaming in the middle of nowhere on the back roads of rural Ohio. Hey Roxy. So anyway, we're going to work. Hear me again? It goes in and out. I don't know if I've ever explained it to you guys. I live in the foothills of Appalachia. So sometimes we go up and down hills, and sometimes I lose my signal a little bit, but it usually comes back super quick. Hey, Rocco. And I already said hi to Roxy. So anyway, hold on. Gotta squeeze. Scoochie, scoochie. Thank you. Bye. Or hi. Yeah, so every once in a while, I'm going to lose, I might lose my signal a little bit, but I'll come right back. So, right around the corner. Oh, goodness. It's 2 o'clock, and I'm already sleepy. So anyway, gosh, I don't know what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I've already stirred so much shit this week. And it's only Wednesday. Gypsy is the only one that's well behaved. But thank you for Rocco for believing the dream. No, they're good dogs. They are actually very good dogs. I wouldn't say hard on them. I just have high standards. There you go. There you go. I've got high standards. But yeah, all in all, they're good dogs. They can be turkeys sometimes. They are dogs. Thing is with dogs, you kind of have to, let's talk about dogs. Anyway, let's talk, but with dogs, you kind of have to, kind of like people, kind of got to pick and choose what level of bullshit you're willing to put up with. And you have to keep in mind that their bullshit is the bullshit that you taught them. Because it is. Kind of like your kids. So they did wear seatbelts for a while, Roxy. And then they just figured it would be a good idea to just hang out in the back seat. Kojak doesn't always sit up when he's wearing his bark collar in the car. because he knows that if he barks a whole bunch, he knows that if he barks a whole bunch, then it's going to zing him, and so he might as well just lay down and just. How it goes. I actually kind of like that he did. I should be back, coming back up. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Wow. I'm such, I'm so no fun. I don't open my windows enough for them to get any more than their snoot out the window, because rocks could bounce up or something like that and hit them in the face. I don't want to get hurt. That it's expensive. I might, sometimes my phone gets a little bit iffy in this intersection. If I can zip through real fast, then we'll be okay. But we might drop out for a second. It looks like, well, looks like we're going to hold the signal today. So, gosh, what can I talk about that won't get me into trouble? The list is so short. Gosh. Oh, my friend Jimmy. Um, I don't know, maybe it bums some people out, but it's the best that we can do for Jimmy now. The lady who killed him, I don't know if I told you guys, she pled guilty. She was supposed to get a plea deal, which I was very upset about. She was supposed to get that plea deal. She fucked it up, and she didn't do what she was supposed to do. In the middle of this, they changed county. They changed the prosecutor, and the one that she got, he being a prosecuting attorney is his second career. He's used to be a Marine. I gotta be honest. Of all the people that I would lie to, a Marine is very low on my list. Rocco, it is. It just is. I find that if I don't accept things the way that they are, especially when it's something that I can't control, that is absolutely out of my control, I just have to relax and breathe into it and look at what I can do. And what I can do is everything in my power to support Jimmy's wife in getting something akin to something that is supposed to be justice. And justice would be getting Jimmy back, but that's not going to happen. What I can do is support his wife. And so this woman is, she screwed up her plea deal, and the prosecutor is not real happy about it. information that she gave. So she is getting, if anybody's taking notes, in the state of Ohio, she is going, her charges are reckless homicide, involuntary homicide, I think possession of fentanyl, possession of cocaine. Both of those have a 3-year apiece. Firearms, rider or enhancement. And then there is, so they've got 3 years apiece for both of those. And there's abuse of a corpse. I might have to change out your headphones. Hold on a second. And the other one isn't my good set. So hopefully this will be better. Yeah, it puts her away longer. It does. And fortunately, good news. I hope you guys can hear me in this one. All right, give me a 1 if you guys can hear me in this newer headset. No. Okay, let's start from the top. Her list of charges are as follows: reckless homicide, involuntary homicide, possession of fentanyl with an additional 3-year enhancement, possession of cocaine with a 3-year enhancement, abuse of a corpse, theft, and robbery. Those are all of her charges. Unfortunately, as of October 24th, the sentencing for involuntary homicide and reckless homicide changes from definite to indefinite sentences. So they have minimums for the different kinds of homicide. Since by her own admission, Jimmy was not a narcotics user, but he had not ever used cocaine or fentanyl before. I mean, I'm sure he used cocaine, but you get my meaning. He wasn't a regular fentanyl cocaine user. I would say that's going to look really bad in front of a judge, because she gave him fentanyl cocaine once. Then when he started to show signs that he was overdosing, she gave him another shot. So anyway, the motive, Jimmy was a few years older than us, and he had a pretty sizable firearms collection, and they stole about 50 handguns. They left all the long guns. They left all the ammunition. But yeah, they stole Jimmy's lifetime collection of handguns. And it's not even about the guns. Well, it is about the guns. Kind of. It's that they were Jimmy's. And it only takes one time, and she purposely overdosed him. Fun fact, I'm gonna interject some fun in this because we know my brain is set to random. Fun fact, in most states, even if you're using illicit drugs with someone who overdoses, If you call for emergency services, you are covered by Good Samaritan laws. So, yeah, if she had called, and even if Jim had died, even after she called, what matters is she called, and she wouldn't be up for homicide. 2 kinds of homicide, no less. Yeah, that was, yeah. Supposedly, she told the newspaper, giving someone another injection of fentanyl and cocaine had, quote unquote, brought people back to her. If you guys could see the look on my face, you would just be like, what the fuckery? That's her quote. She was quoted in the newspaper saying that. So, there's that. It's kind of, I live in rural Ohio. It's kind of, in a way, small town. It's like small town, but we're the largest county in our state. They will just write any old thing in there. They don't care. Just write it all. So, yeah, that's published in the newspaper. I think probably going to trial probably would have been a really bad idea when that's on the front page of the newspaper. Oh, wow. First-degree murder. Oof. A lot of states have what's called the drug-induced homicide laws, which is you're charged with 2 different kinds of homicide. Or first-degree murder is, wow. Because my state executes, well, Texas executes more than my state does. We don't execute often. So, it's pretty rare. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I remember anybody being executed. At least not in the 90s or 2000s. But back to where I was going with this. October 24th is when the laws change so that she can get any homicides committed after 2019 are sentenced. They're eligible for an indefinite sentence. That's as of October 24th. And I showed Jimmy's wife where, it said that the law was changing as of the 24th. And, I told her, I said, it's up to you what you do with this information. She knows how I am, and that I will ask anybody and their brother for anything. And she asked, I don't know, we don't know, she asked, and this happened. There wasn't an explicit agreement. It just happened that sentencing is scheduled for October 31st. Hey, KK. So, yeah. So we've got that going on. And, Jimmy's wife asked that my husband and I be there, and asked that we say a few words about Jimmy, because my husband met Jimmy before he met me, and I met Jimmy when I was 15, around the time when I met my husband. I'm 49 now, so that's a long time. And my husband, they worked together in the field, and my husband for a little while was kind of a
boss. I don't know. My husband was an estimator for his old employer, and he would, have to call Jimmy up sometimes, be like, do this, do this, do this, I did the drawings this way, you're supposed to do this, whatever. So they worked together probably in the field for probably about 20 years, something like that. There was times that, Jimmy would off and did something else, and then he would come back. So, yeah. So he's been a big part of our lives for a very long time. We only got to see him maybe 4 or 5 times a year. And we knew he was having a hard time. He, unfortunately, he met these people that killed him. He met them at AA, and he was there for, because Jimmy is a lifelong functioning alcoholic who gets in trouble about once every 10 years. And he met them at AA. And we've had a change in judge. And our judges, we've got 10 judges for my county. And they're known to be some of the harder hitting judges. And I don't know how they feel about it, but I know that I'm offended that somebody came into my county. They came into my county, and they came into our back roads, and they snaked their way in to kill my friend. And I think it was intentional. I haven't spoken to law enforcement myself. If I were to guess, I don't know. Based on their behavior, it sounds like they're kind of acting like they might think that maybe they killed Jimmy on purpose. That the woman was called out to our county, out to Jimmy's home to kill him. So, and that's part of the reason why I think they offered her a plea deal. His death. I'll tell you what, our sheriff's office did a tremendous amount of work on this. They were like pinging cell phones all over the county, figuring out where people were when they received different text messages. It's crazy. So there's a man that's involved. He was at a gas station when the woman sent him a text message saying that my friend was dead. It's pretty gross. Yeah. So they were trying to get more information on him. He was, up until recently, he was in the county he got arrested in. He got arrested in Franklin County. I'll just make it easy. He got arrested in Franklin County. So he's been sitting in Franklin County Jail since July when they picked him up. I think it was like second or third week in July. So they found him pretty quick. So that's coming up. I don't know. I have to find out, touch base with Jimmy's wife. I haven't talked to her for a few days. See if they are gonna, because there's other people that are suspected. I think they've got 2 or 3 other suspects. Well, there was one person, it was the woman's wife, daughter, and she had the most, she had most of this stolen, she had a whole bunch of clothes for her kids and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it was a setup, and I think it was planned. God. And that kind of it buckles my knees, because if you guys knew this guy, he was so nice. He was so nice. He had one of those inappropriate, like dark humor, like kind of a Ron White kind of humor. But he was goofier, a little bit goofier. He would make up silly songs and stuff like that. He would, change the words. But I guess that's what made him a target. So, yeah. Yeah. Cleaned out 3 gun safes. That's a lot of guns. Oh, good thing. His wife, I think there's like a certain level of gun nut that does things like what I'm going to explain. Like hiding some of their handguns in an unused wood burner. And that's where Jimmy's wife, actually it was his stepson, found 2 handguns and 1 revolver was in their unused wood burner. Oh, Jimmy, you're not. There was a funny story about Jim. This is back before he met his wife. My husband was helping him move, and he found they were taking apart Jim had a water bed, and they were taking it apart. My husband found where it was. He found the shotgun under Jim's water bed. He bought the gun off somebody, and then he kind of started getting weirded out about the deal. So he took apart his water bed and hid the gun in the pedestal of his water bed, and then he forgot about it. I'm sorry, to me, that's funny. Because who hides a gun under their water bed? Jimmy. So anyway, they found 2 of the handguns and a revolver under or in the wood burner, and then another one of the handguns was picked up in a raid up in Cuyahoga County. So there's 4 accounted for, and police said that she will probably be getting guns returned to her for decades. So it's kind of dark. This is like a mishmash live stream. Back to Jimmy's case. They let the daughter go because they were able to establish she didn't have anything directly to do with Jimmy's death, only that she was the one who got, all the mother bought a whole bunch of clothes and an iPad and a whole bunch of groceries for her. And she returned as much of that stuff that can be returned. And she didn't know anything about it, really. And then there's the possibility her brother-in-law might have, her brother-in-law might have been a part of it. And they're still trying to get more information about him, because he was coincidentally caught driving while intoxicated within just a few miles of Jimmy's house the same night that the text messages were going back and forth about that Jimmy was dead. So that was his only tie to Licking County. So there's that. Now you guys know what county I live in. I'm sure if you guys look it up, we're a bunch of crazy people. It's very spread out. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all that's really going on with that. Making good progress. As good as progress as we can with something like that. So, yeah, and then Jimmy's memorial is going to be next weekend. And his wife is having it at his favorite local pizza restaurant. And everybody, Jim never had any kids. He was a big dog lover, like we are. So his wife is having everybody bring a box of dog treats to the to Jimmy's memorial, and we're going to split them up between the shelter and the Humane Society. Yeah, and it's the what is it? I don't know. I'd have to ask his wife if they've started, because they have to redo part of the house. They have to tear out the floors. Jimmy's wife put down some kills on the floor, that paint stuff. She put it down on the floor where Jimmy had laid until the construction company could come out and replace the floors. And one of the bathrooms has to be gutted. I don't know what the hell happened to that bathroom, but she was supposed to be having that done soon. So that's about it. I don't know. Kojak, you're kind of looking like Steve Buscemi. He might explode. I really got to get my exhaust fixed. So yeah, they're fixing up, gonna fix up the house. And hats off to, hey Cheese, what are you doing? Hats off to, want to say hi to the camera? No? Hats off to victims advocates everywhere. Woo! I got a whole bunch of crap on my front seat. Hats off to them, because our county victims advocate, they have done everything. They've helped her deal with Jimmy's vehicle, which had a loan out on it, but it's still sitting in evidence, or whatever they call it. The sheriff's office still has it. Because there was just a whole bunch of other stuff, other details related to his death that they still need the vehicle until they're done with all the trials. So he helped her deal with that, with the bank and stuff. And, but anyway, he helped her deal with the bank, explain to them that the vehicle's in evidence, and oh boy, Nothing like a cow. I'm gonna wrap this up. So anyway, they got the my brain, victim's advocate. His fiance helped deal with getting the homeowner's insurance to deal with the house and the construction company and all that. So yeah, we're making good progress. So, but I'm at our office and I gotta go in. Wow, I am super late. I'm so in trouble. It's a good thing.